They have a mannequin ass. As soon as they showed his face, I was like, I don't like this guy at all.
If he was a Kamen Rider, would his name be Kamen Rider Hauser?
Jin shooting the tentacle into her. So she gets caught up on what's going on.
Like,
And then we
that.
Podcast X time.
It's been a month. We're here.
Yeah, I forgot to bring my mic nice and close.
Tassel's your mic now.
Hell yeah, he is. Fun luck too.
One lecture right into his dick.
Okay, I'm gonna quit the podcast.
Hey, there's a spot opening in the podcast. Everybody wants to join. Do you guys want to do this, or you just want to hang out instead?
I mean, like, no, we don't do the podcast. We just chill.
Hang out instead of doing.
I mean, we're
actual podcast.
we're literally
we just like hang out.
We're just
talk.
talking about. That's what we're doing. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh well, I mean, like, I don't want to have to be like, hello, welcome back.
Hello, welcome back to Kamen Up Next podcast. I'm your host, a giant robot. I'm here with my co-hosts, Jesse.
Hello.
And Nick.
Yo.
There, I did the opening for you, so let's go.
Today we're talking about Kamen Rider 01 real X time. I don't know how you're supposed to say it.
And no, we haven't watched the V Cinema yet because it just came out on Blu-ray, I think, but we just haven't got to it.
Which V Cinema? The
Metsubojin Rai.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna look up if there's subs. We can like talk. I'm gonna look up if there's subs for it yet.
Yeah. The real time movie was pretty good. It's a pretty good Kamen Rider movie.
You know what always gets me with the Kamen Rider movies, especially this one?
What?
Not that 01 had like poor visuals or poor filming quality or anything, like quite the opposite, but the films always have like at least 2 steps above the show.
Oh
in terms
yeah.
of quality.
Oh yeah.
So you're like watching, you're like, what the hell happened? Like, this is like the cuts, the shots, the
action scenes. Oh, the action scenes in this movie were
they're really good.
Top notch.
I really liked Yaiba on the motorcycle fighting.
Yeah, that was really good.
Actually using a bike.
Had to be one of the coolest fight scenes we've seen in a really long time. That was really awesome. Another thing about this movie, it was just nonstop. Like
it was
almost
nonstop action.
Yeah, it was like balls to the wall.
There were
your face action.
There were a few scenes at the beginning, mostly with Aruto when he was in hell.
Yeah.
Where he was talking to the lady, but other than that, it was like action through and through for sure. They had to set up like some kind of plot, so it's fair.
Speaking of plot, we're not really going through the plot of this movie and anything. We're just talking about it.
The plot is another evil corporation had technology and wanted to destroy the world. With the
just
power
one
of hell
dude
and nanotechnology.
Basically,
his name. S.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was S.
S. Yeah. He worked with this he was like a scientist, and they created nanobots which were intended to be used for medical purposes. And they tested it on his like wife or fiance, whatever. Yeah, his fiance, and it went wrong, and she died. But he like recorded her data and kept her brain in a weird server.
Yeah, so she digitized consciousness.
And then he replaced his body with nanobots somehow.
Yeah, well, he digitized his consciousness and
then became nanobots.
Yeah,
and he was basically trying to kill all the people to digitize their consciousness so that his fiance wouldn't be alone.
Yeah,
that's the plot of the movie.
That's the whole plot. It
was really like confusing to grasp the whole countdown thing in the beginning though, because you just get thrown into the action.
Yeah. There's like no like leading you in. There's a flashback that shows like Aruto's like, oh, this guy is weird, I should go take care of that, but that's like kind of it.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, I'm coming too. He's like, no, you stay here. I don't want you to die again.
Very sternly, no, Izu.
I can't handle it.
I'm not strong enough.
Am I not strong enough?
I can't lose you again. No, it's from the Incredibles.
Right.
I can't lose you again. I'm not strong enough.
But my thing was from Nick when we tried to go to
yeah,
Sumo
no, I
Ramen.
know. There are Matsubojin rice subs, by the way.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it. At
You
some
can
point.
watch that this week.
Hell yes. More 01 to look forward to.
Yeah. There's that. There's the Vulcan Valkyrie thing that we haven't been able to see yet. That just came
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna have to wait till like
The
November.
Presidents. We didn't watch the Presidents either.
Oh, we can watch that too.
Yeah. There's definitely more 01 to come.
President seems interesting. I'm really looking forward
I'm
to that.
looking at the poster right now, and I love it.
I really want to see how it's like Dan, Kuroto, and Guy, right?
Yeah. But Dan's
I-
father is also on the poster,
Okay, I can't wait to see how they interact.
and that looks like Azu as well. So
Okay, interesting.
it's gonna be weird.
Yeah,
I'm
the
into
movie,
it,
this
I'm
movie,
into it.
I really liked Jin and Hirobi in this movie. Now that they're good guys,
They got to
For real?
have more personality.
yeah,
Every scene where Hirobi showed up was like awesome.
he's really good. He's become one of my favorites.
Hirobi is super cool, especially.
I think
but-
there's this one scene where he like jumped from like a rooftop and like
hmm
Yeah,
He was like free falling and he henshined like mid fall.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Yeah.
badass.
yeah, it was.
Dude,
One of the best
Shotaro
parts
did that
was-
once.
Do you remember the scene where Fua was like punching Kong form?
Oh yeah,
On
and
the-
as
on-
he's
As he's
the song's
henching.
going and he gets snatched up by the jet.
The jet crashes into him. Yeah,
Punching.
Bang.
Fua and Jin had some good moments together.
Yeah, they really did. They
that
had
movie.
good chemistry.
I really like Jin. He's got his personality back from like
Yeah.
the beginning of the series. Like he's a little goofy
He's like
and
he's like old Jin now,
He's
but
like old Jin.
he's like new Jin also at the same
yeah,
time.
it's good. I like it.
Mhm.
And he's always like that around Hirobi, and Hirobi cracks the like tiny little smile.
He cracks his little smiles
his
because he
little,
likes
his little
it.
smile.
He's like,
Yeah,
"That's
he
my
secretly
son.
likes it.
That's my child right there." I like the little like at the beginning too when he saw Izu. You could tell that he was like
Yeah,
he was
he-
like
he
felt a little
feels bad.
shame. Yeah, he felt bad about it, which I think is nice. Like he holds shame.
He like also didn't know that it wasn't actually Izu, that it was
Yeah.
a new model too.
I think that was the
Yeah.
first time seeing her. Like that's the first time he saw
Probably.
that she was back.
Yeah.
Like since the end of the show, probably.
Yeah. Didn't someone with, I guess it's probably like Aruto or somebody was like, oh, that's a new Izu. She doesn't remember
It
anything.
was probably
Yaiba.
Fua. I think it was
Fua.
Fua. Because
Like he tried to apologize, right?
Yeah,
And then
he
he's
wanted-
like, she
yeah.
doesn't remember.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This movie was absolutely mandatory for capping off.
It capped off a
Agreed.
lot of stuff from
Yeah.
from the end of 01 for sure. Well, I mean, like they put S like in the actual ending of 01. Like they what's it called? Teased
They-
this movie at the end
they
of the
teased-
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this movie would have been the actual ending of the show had they not had to cut down on it due to COVID?
I'm not sure. There's
Hard to
probably
say. I
like an
don't- I don't-
interview about it somewhere, but
I wonder.
I don't think they would have just like introduced.
Yeah.
well, just with the scope, of, like S maybe, but like the scope of like all of his like people who think they're playing a video game soldiers.
Yeah.
That was another cool scene, was when like we didn't know that they were being
yeah.
remote
The-
controlled and they just like shot each
They
other.
were just nanobots like in a suit. Yeah.
Wait. And yeah, I already did forget. It is the same person that made X8, right? So it is very X8 like.
It's very
Yeah.
it's very Kamen Rider Chronicle esque.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when they shot each other, they just
Yeah.
They're like, let's get out of
suicided.
here.
And we're like, what the hell?
Yeah, what the hell was that? But then it made sense when you
It
when you
made
thought
sense
about
later,
it after.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were just nanobot.
It was pretty cool though. I need to find a gif of that. Oh, the forms in this movie, man. Aruto
my
getting
God, yeah.
another berserk form.
Oh
was
god.
hilarious.
Heaven or hell doesn't matter.
Does it matter? One of the coolest, I think, what are they called? Like call outs from the belt from the driver?
Yeah, henshin call. No, that would be when. Yeah, henshin calls.
I don't know what you call them. Anyway, it's one of the coolest one of those like in
Yeah,
the entirety of the show.
I think it's even better just because of it doesn't matter, but because the other one is it's never over.
Yeah,
Like it's like really like
it very
they have the same tone and they
contrasts
contrast really well.
Yeah.
But I guess since we're talking about that, I got Izu as 02 is my favorite. I just love them fighting together and her being Kamen Rider.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
See, I already knew. I guess I saw a lot of spoilers, so I already knew. I was expecting. I was expecting her to be 02 from the beginning in the show. And I was like, that's not how I expected that to happen.
Did you see?
Waiting for it.
Did I show you, or did you see the behind the scene clips of Aruto teaching her how to do the poses to Henshin?
No, you never showed me because
they were spoilers.
Yeah.
There's like small video clips of him like showing her like where to put her hands and stuff.
But I also love that the suit actor for 02 has to do the Izu hands thing. How she holds her hands.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good.
That was awesome.
Which is kind of weird because I don't know if you guys noticed it, but leading up to her transforming again, she had the belt on, but her hands were at her sides the whole time. When they were talking to S, like towards the end.
I don't remember. Like she wasn't holding them out?
She wasn't holding them like she does. They were to her sides like a normal person.
She was like pretty beat up, right? Because she blocked the attack from Naruto, so that could be.
My assumption was that the driver was just in the spot where she normally keeps her hands. So she just was. They were just like, it doesn't matter, just hold your hands normally. But then she did it while transformed, and it was a little weird. But whatever. It wasn't like worth. It. Yeah, it was fine. It was cool. It was funny.
I really hope we get to see more Izu in the superhero Senki movie.
Oh yeah, well,
because we know Naruto's there. Yeah. Like you can't have Naruto without Izu.
Yeah, you cannot have Naruto without Izu. She's definitely in there.
Do you guys want to hear a funny but kind of sad spoiler for Senki? It's not really a spoiler.
Sure, I read some stuff already.
It's about Shin Kamen Rider Shin or Shin Kamen Rider, the like monster looking one.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really appear in the movie. The only time he's there, the suit is on a mannequin. Like there's not an actual person in the suit. It's just kind of standing there in a mannequin. Apparently because the suit is just too worn out. Like it can't be
they can't even use it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I like that.
So it's just like there, and he doesn't actually get to do anything because the suit's all busted up.
That's pretty cool.
Which I'm like, why not just make a new one? Like, can they not make a new one that can be worn and used?
You would think, but
it begs the question that are all those older suits the exact same ones they were using?
But it's like, is it worth making a new suit or remaking a suit just for one movie? Like, I mean, I guess they could just use it for more things afterwards.
The forms that were in this movie that we just watched are never going to be in any other form.
Right,
of
but they're already doing that. Is it worth? Remaking
that's
an older
what I'm saying.
suit?
If they're already doing it, why not make one suit for a character that people like? I think they could have. Like, it's weird to me that they don't, and it's weird to me like if that's the case that like Kamen Rider V1, I don't know how else to call him. That's this like he's wearing the same suit that the suit actor from 1971
isn't
wore.
He called Rider? Is he called Rider Man? Is that someone else?
That's someone else. It's just Kamen Rider.
Yeah,
but Rider Man. That, they actually film stunts in these suits, like. Damage would happen to them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You'd
exactly.
have
like
another
extras.
One. Yeah.
I like so Shin Kamen Rider was, I guess, just a movie. Yeah. But even then, like,
how did it get so worn out?
It was just used that one time. How do you not have multiple copies of the suit from the movie? It's weird. I guess just lost to time, maybe. Like it is like 30 years old at this point.
Pretty old, so yeah. Who knows?
Were they afraid that if they remade the suit, that like savvy viewers would catch on that it's not the suit, but it's not identical?
Savvy viewers caught on that it was a fucking mannequin in the suit.
Like, was it like standing around? Like
it just stood, and you apparently could see like the platforms for it to stand on, In one shot, it's looking a different way than the rest of the riders in front of him.
They should have just not included it.
They could have just, yeah. I mean, it's weird.
That's really funny.
I
It's
can't wait.
weird. I really want to see
it,
this movie. Yeah. On top of all the cool shit, I want to see like that thing. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of one-off forms, Eden
Looked really
was
cool
sick.
in my opinion.
He was like a less like he
That was
had
S's form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked kind of like Shining Hopper, just with less like no like of the lightning bolts and stuff sticking out. I think he had kind of like a lot of the lines and stuff.
He had the crackling like Kamen Rider Rogue kind of effect.
Mhm.
His
Yeah.
color scheme was really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Rogue. It did look like
He
did
did
look
have
like that.
roguish tendencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you bring
It
that
looked
up.
really cool. Oh, you know the whole fight with S, like it made me think about how when it comes to the action, they think about the forms and how compatible they are in combat too. Because when Aruto first faces off against Eden, he's in 0-2 form and gets completely wiped out, right?
Yeah.
Then the next time he challenges him as Metal Cluster Hopper, which, when you're watching Kamen Rider, you sometimes think, oh, that's like the older form. It's not as strong as the new one, but it's not about like strength, right? We've seen Naruto do it in the show too, where it's like, I'm just going to use regular Shining Hopper because it's my fastest form. Metal Cluster Hopper allows him to fight on par with the nano machines in like a similar like format, because the locusts actually kind of mimic that whole
the nano machine thing that he had going on.
So it's pretty cool when you think about it. It's like
it's also high quality.
It is high quality.
But it's nice in a series where it's not like, okay, there's a new form introduced, so the old form is obsolete. Like that's not the case with 01's arsenal. All his forms are still relevant, which is pretty cool.
I do like that, especially in other like Kamen Riders. Sometimes they just use the older forms for no reason, just because they haven't had enough screen time. I mean, there was some of that in 01 with like the base Rising Hopper with the different keys mixed in that had to get jacked because they hadn't been jacked yet by Thouser.
But it also made sense more or less, like story wise, because he was using the forms that beat the Magia previously.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, if I was him, I would have used the Shining Hopper.
Well, you're right, but it doesn't have like the fire. Shining Hopper doesn't have the fire or the ice or the things that are the actual things that beat the Magia. It just punches and moves fast.
Yeah, it's about like efficiency, right? You pick like the most.
I think that can be attributed to Aruto being really smart and strategic, instead of just being like, oh, I'm just gonna go Shining Assault Hopper because clearly it's my strongest form, and he actually like thinks about, oh, this is what beat this guy last time.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, but there's been a conscious effort to like line up. But in those situations where Jesse's kind of right, is like, for example, when you need to use the Progrise Hopper blade to like, bring the Magia back into human gear form.
Yeah.
Like going into a form that doesn't have access to that weapon is like, but maybe the plan is to incapacitate them with that form and then switch to Metal Cluster and use the Progrise Hopper.
He also stopped doing that when he had access to the sword that could reprogram them.
Yeah.
Or restore them.
But I mean, it was definitely like not as bad as in like X-Aid, where they would just randomly just use weaker forms for no reason.
Yes, Saber that we've been watching so far, we're not even like that far into Saber.
They kind of do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'll like ramp up the power, so he'll go into like his regular base Saber form. Yeah, but it's like, dude, at least triple book, man. Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, especially since in Saber, like the single book form looks incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it actively doesn't look like it's a full form for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Progrise Saber, it was really cool when he reprogrammed S like mid-fight.
Oh, that was really cool. Yeah.
It was a freaking smart idea. And he used it he wasn't in Metal Cluster form, was he?
He was. That whole fight happened with Metal Cluster form.
I have zero memory of this.
You don't
Yeah,
remember
we're
it at all?
I don't remember, man.
I'm trying to remember. I think it pulled him
It, like-
out of his transformation.
Yeah, it kind of like de-synchronized the nanobots. It's like
He wasn't. I think it stopped him from being able to heal. Because he was
I see.
healing. He was healing because of the nanobots. Like you saw Naruto like cut off his arms and he
Oh
just,
yeah,
like, glued them
that was
back.
like the
I
first thing.
Yeah, I think it stopped that from happening because he was
I see.
injured for a little bit after that.
I see. Did Guy do anything in this movie?
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
Mhm.
And actually, one of our favorite guy moments was at the end.
I mean,
where-
I know that, but other than that, did he do anything? I don't remember.
He interviewed or questioned the new president of Zaya, who was a part of the cult that S had started.
Oh yeah,
he was the reason they got no.
That
but-
wasn't the new president of Zaya. It was like a manager or something.
Oh, it wasn't a president.
No.
Anyway, he questioned
Right.
him. He's the reason they got a lot of the
got
information that
info,
they got.
yeah.
He analyzed, or was that
I forgot about all that.
that was Ames? I think actually that analyzed the nanobots or the red
also-
gas and found out it was nanobots.
we
Yeah, it
also
might
had-
have been him.
all our Kamen Riders had a lot of like had good moments,
Oh
except for Naki and Ikuzuchi.
yeah.
But they only really henching
And
like a couple times
also
each.
like so.
Although Ikuzuchi had like a really cool moment.
Ikuzuchi
where,
did. They both did stuff like to their what they're good at. Like, so I think when it comes to Ikuzuchi and Naki is like they were Kamen Rider like once or twice.
Yeah.
But like I don't think Naki is a fighter. Naki is
It was just forced
hacker.
by the arc for them
Yeah.
to do it
Naki's good at hacking, which they do.
in the movie. Yeah,
In the movie,
they were frames
a
now.
bunch. And Ikuzuchi brought
He's-
Naruto his
Br-
bike.
yeah, in a big ass truck.
in a big rig. That
I
was
don't
awesome.
think he
Yeah.
did anything else, which is kind of
No, I
disappointing.
don't think so.
Now that I think about it, it would have been cool if he was there at the final fight, but he did something.
He did something. It was a nice callback to the episode where
Yeah.
he was loading the bike into the ship. They like
Uh.
joked about it. It was like pretty cool.
hmm That was after he woke up, right?
Yeah, after he woke
Yeah.
up from hell,
From hell.
Zaya had already like told Ikuzuchi to bring
Ikuzuchi.
the bike. Basically, he's like, "How did you know where I was?"
But you know what? Talking about Guy,
hmm
he actually had like one cool like action sequence where he was fighting goons unhenshined too, and we were like, "Shit,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Guy
a
can
bunch of
fight."
them were fighting on Henshin, and he
Yeah.
was too. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that."
You specifically like this is. I don't believe that he. Can
Yeah,
do
I
this.
do not believe that he can.
It was pretty cool to see.
It
him
was
fight.
he took like to Guy's credit, like he can fight. He has like been in like big fights before. Like he fought
Like,
a bunch of his own men once. Remember when he against
Yeah.
Tarobi, they had been hacked and he had to fight a bunch of them off.
Yeah, I mean, like even if you don't know how to fight before becoming a Kamen Rider, you gotta imagine you learn the
Yeah,
moves
absolutely.
that you do, right? So you
Yeah.
could do some fighting outside of being Henshin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to know how, like the 1,000 Jacker that was like counting down the whole time, and the like it was like
yeah,
the center plot of the movie, right? That the 1,000 Jacker was gonna
yeah, I don't know.
do like
didn't
I don't know,
explain it.
man. Like, it was
they didn't explain
It
shit.
It was so it was that was like it. I think the way it works is that because of the way his sword is, where it uses other technology, he was able to use it as like a catalyst, maybe, with the key that he had, which was going to unlock and destroy the world and whatever. So the 1,000 Jacker, its properties, I think, are what let that happen.
I think it was more like, oh, we need a bad guy sword. Just use the 1,000 Jacker.
They could have just made a sword for it.
Yeah, but why make a sword when they have a perfectly serviceable
They
1,000
made
Jacker?
3 suits specifically for the movie. They could have made a sword. I think I'm trying to They made more. They made all of the fucking henchman suits too. Like they could have made a sword I'm trying to logic it out, which I think that's why, because of the way it interacts with other technologies, it worked.
Yeah,
with
I mean
the keys.
I'll accept that. I mean, otherwise, there is no explanation.
Yeah,
for it.
otherwise they are lazy, which it's more fun to come up with a reason that might actually be it. I think anyway. I think that's the reason. If I was gonna explain it, I would say that it's because of the way the Thousand Jacker works.
It's nice to see the Thousand Jacker again, honestly. Star of the show.
And Ark did have the like, he was able to make it. He did steal the tech from Guy.
You can make any of the weapons.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just staring at Diago Speedy in the background there this whole time.
It's to honor the fact that there were a lot of like motorcycle scenes in this movie, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to hang with Tassel.
I think Yaiba got the coolest motorcycle scene.
Oh, by far.
Yeah,
her motorcycle fight scene was dope.
It was pretty long too.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. I'm glad they gave her something.
Yeah,
incredibly well done.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the like better motorcycle scenes that I've seen in a long time. I think the double movie had like a couple of really good with the hard boileder.
With the hard boileder.
Hard boileder, yeah.
But this one I think takes the cake. That was an awesome action-packed scene.
Double ruined detectives for me.
01 ruined AI for me.
I-chan?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Completely off topic. So you know how I told you the voice actor for I-chan is the actress who played Luca in Gokaiger, the yellow Gokaiger.
Yellow.
She's also the pink robot in She's the pink Q Ranger. She's a robot on the show, but she's the voice of the pink Q Ranger. Also, we were watching Ultraman Trigger. You know the weird alien thing that I don't remember its name now?
That's I-chan?
Like the girl, the woman?
The alien that we were like, what the fuck is that?
It's
like a big egg.
Lobster face.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
You can't tell me you don't remember that.
I remember it.
Okay, anyway,
that happened?
Yes, that happened when he was meeting everybody from Guts.
Oh, why the character?
Yeah.
You could have explained that better.
I don't know. Nick got it.
Got it. Yeah,
Anyway,
I got it.
Also voiced by her.
That's pretty cool.
So she's officially in every major Toku franchise as a character.
When you said the pink robot, I thought you were gonna say she was Majinu.
No, not Majinu. No, from Q Ranger.
Zenkai Majinu.
Zenkai Majinu. But yeah,
we gotta talk about that at some point.
Well, yeah, next week we can get into like how we've been watching Zenkaiger and Saber, I think.
Yeah, we can just talk about what we're currently watching, which is all the currently airing stuff.
Yes.
Oh, before we completely abandon real time, another thing. So Izu gets her memories back, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Thank
that's
God.
a major plot point of the movie. Izu gets her memories back.
Thank God.
But how?
Zaya.
Convenience. Yeah, Zaya kept her memories.
Zaya did.
So I think what happened is her memories were supposed to be deleted because of the 01 like project, right? But I think Zaya just decided not to actually delete her memory.
Well,
and then waited to give it back.
Here's how I think about it. If Ark is that powerful, why can't Zaya be? And is a good guy, right? Like it's like kind of similar.
But that's what I'm saying. She saved the memory.
So my thought was she couldn't be backed up because of the 01 project involvement and all that stuff.
Yeah.
True. But the 02 driver,
right?
Like she was an integral part of that, so she had to be
also
backed up into that because she's integral into that form. So like
yes,
and
but also,
that doesn't have to do with like the 01.
He had been 02 earlier in the movie before she got her memories back.
Yeah, but like like a hidden like sleep.
No, I think
offline backup.
I think both of those like lead to the same thing where Zaya just waited till this moment to like, hey, by the way, here's your memories back, I think
Also,
that's just
kind of
all it
fucked up.
was.
Why couldn't you just give them back right away? Like, really?
Aruto needed to learn a lesson, I guess.
Could have saved Naruto. I think Naruto's been through enough, to be completely honest.
Fair.
He had a hard time at the end of that series.
Yeah.
And during part of this movie where he had to take on
Yeah.
all of the
Him going to fight alone at the beginning was real dumb.
It's like, I get not bringing Izu, but like call up Fua.
Yeah, Fua, Yaiba,
And,
Ames,
you know,
like Ames in
Ames,
general.
Metsubo Jinrai.
Yeah, it could just be like,
They're
yo,
good.
Hirobi, Jin.
Their whole purpose is to fight Arc now.
Yeah. It was dumb on Naruto's part not to ask for help, for sure.
Yeah, Guy would be there in a heartbeat. He, you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he could have called him Guy, had Guy's help, for sure.
So this scene
Anything
with
to
Guy
get him.
at the end, we have to. At the end of the movie, when everything's all good, it's Guy, Jin, Hirobi. Is Hirobi there? I don't know. Metsuro Jinrai, Jin, Yaiba, and Guy.
Yeah.
And Yaiba mentions how Fua doesn't have a job yet, or that he should go work for Metsubo Jinrai. And then Guy's like, "Oh, there's a spot for you all in the Thouser division if you ever want it." And they're like, "Yeah, no."
They all just walk away from him. And then he has a fourth wall break where he looks at the camera and is like, I'll win them over eventually.
But we all know he never will. Yeah.
I loved that scene. It's so charming somehow.
It really is somehow. I don't understand how Guy went from literally the worst character and most hated character in the world to
still
charming
kind of
loser.
Also the most hated character in the world, but you kind of like it.
I don't
It's
hate
fun to
I don't
watch.
hate him anymore.
Lovable
I don't hate
loser.
him. I like watching him now. Yeah.
He's a lovable loser.
Yeah. It's, I think, a more realistic kind of redemption that he had, and it's not even like really a redemption.
No, it's not a redemption. It fit for him for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's what he deserved.
The point where the one piece of Kamen Rider 01 merch I want more than anything else is now the Zaya boxers, man.
I want the Zaya boxers too. Zaya boxers with the I agree shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a combo right there.
Mm-hmm.
Good combo with the canned beef sweater.
Yeah.
And all of Hirobi's outfits just because.
Okay. I love Hirobi's outfits in this movie.
I love that he's just a Ronin now, just a wandering samurai.
He literally just embraces the Ronin garb.
Yeah. It's perfect.
If I were to share my overall thoughts on this movie with you guys,
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I think all Kamen Rider movies should be at this level of
Like
this standard of quality.
We forgot to talk about the coolest henshin in the movie. Was the skeleton guy. I don't remember what he was called, but he got hit, the top half of his body got bit by a skeleton. Do you guys remember
the guy
that?
who took the Eden key after at the very end and became the actual bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
I don't remember
remember
what
that,
he was called.
I don't remember.
But he was skeleton themed, and his thing was a big ass skeleton came out of the ground and then bit his body. It might have been his whole thing, and then let go, and then he was transformed.
You know why I don't remember him very well? It's because he didn't really do anything.
He was just there
just
for
got
the
his
fight.
He just got his ass kicked by
Yeah.
Naruto and Izu, which is
Yeah,
what I was
absolutely.
focusing on.
That's fine. I remember him getting eaten by a skeleton, though.
My favorite henshin from the movie was the punching Kong. So
Yeah, that punching Kong henshin was a moment of beauty.
Okay, the scene where Fua is like on the jet, like hanging on for dear life, and Jin is like flying like next to him, and Fua is like struggling, and Jin's like calmly just like talking to him and shit, and then Fua goes flying, and Jin is like, "Oops,
yeah, oops, gotta go get him."
Maybe I should have done something there."
Yeah, they were good.
Jin is fast as hell.
Yeah, dude,
He's
he's a
real
superhero.
fast.
Fighter jet levels of fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Apparently,
pretty
yeah.
nuts.
Pretty nutty.
Pretty
If I were to sum up
nutty.
the movie in one word, it
Yeah.
would be good.
I knew it. Because I was gonna do the same fucking thing if you didn't.
Just kidding, it's Mike Ruba.
Just kidding, it's Magaruba. Yeah.
That's pretty good though.
I enjoyed it. I got I got the same vibes I got when I watched one of the Kabuto movies. I like Kamen Rider movies just have like this like feeling when you watch them. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this is a Kamen Rider movie, and that's how you feel when you watch it. The same with the Build movies and the X8 movies that we watched. Like they just have like a feeling when you watch them that it's like distinctly a Kamen Rider movie, and it had that, but it was also good.
Also, the
We
fact
still-
that it really tied into the
Oh,
story heavily.
Hold on.
Oh,
Camera. on the side.
the meeting ended. It's not supposed to end.
Oh no.
That's not supposed to happen.
Leave this in.
It says it's for all day. I didn't think it was gonna kick us out. It was telling me a warning, like, "Hey, this meeting's ending."
Oh wow.
I can't. Oh my god. We can't go back in it.
Well, I'm gonna put the PRP screen up.
Oh my god.
leave this in.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's how the
That's how the
episode
Are we-
podcast
do we-
ends.
Comment Up
Yeah.
Next ends.
Do
You-
we,
you
do
wanna
we
just
make
put
a
your
new one, or
camera-
do we
You want
just?
to just put your camera and we'll sign off?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's really funny though. I didn't really have too much more to say, or meant much more at all. Like, I mean, like, just put your camera.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be all day. This is not all day. 8 p.m. is not all day. That's really funny.
All right. I guess I really want to leave all of that in because it's way too fucking funny.
Yeah, leave it in. Yeah.
Yeah, all
I
that's
guess
in.
that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're watching live, be sure to head over to our YouTube channel, A Giant Robot TV, where we post all of the previous episodes a week after we film them live, at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch us film it live, with all of the great stuff that just happened over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/agiantrobot. So you can follow me there and watch live. We film this live every other Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Give or take.
Give or take. Assuming there's no technical issues. And even then, who knows? But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope to see you next time.
I want something to add. I have something to add.
Yeah, add it.
If you're watching this and you don't really know much about Kamen Rider or what we've been talking about, at the beginning of September, the next series is starting, Kamen Rider Revice. On September 5th, we're going to be talking about that here. So if you've been interested in jumping on and watching some Kamen Rider with us, that's a good place to start.
Absolutely. That's going to be it from us. Have a great day, everybody.
Later.
Bye, everybody.